So how do women tell on themselves in relationships? I want a man that can handle me. She already knows she's difficult. She's aware of it, but instead of fixing it, she's going to make it your problem. I get bored easily. She gets bored easily and she expects you to fix it instead of being like, oh, I need to go do something fun because I'm bored. She makes you responsible for her whole life. All of my exes were toxic. No, it was probably her. I feel like when a healthy woman talks about her exes, it's usually like, oh, I had some exes that didn't work out. We weren't right for each other. Or maybe she has one toxic one where it's like, okay, I had a really bad relationship with this guy or whatever. But she can at least own or take some accountability. It's like, okay, I wasn't perfect in that relationship either. We were both growing. We were young, whatever it is. I just keep picking the wrong men. So what makes her think that you're the right pick? Common denominator? Her. I'm just really emotional. She probably doesn't even know how to regulate herself. Scary. That's just how I am. She's aware that there's something wrong with her. Maybe she doesn't know all the details, but enough that she's like, whatever, I'm not gonna change. I hate being told what to do. She sees if you lead in the relationship as controlling. I'm very independent. If you're truly independent, you don't really need to announce it. She's only independent until she needs stability, money, whatever it is. I don't like confrontation. She'll probably be very passive aggressive with you. Sometimes dating a woman that is confrontational, she doesn't necessarily say it, but she's blunt, maybe almost to the point where it's like, oh, she just said that, is actually better because then you know you're not walking on eggshells. You know when there's a problem, even if sometimes she has to apologize with how it came out. I've always had male friends. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing unless she doesn't let you have friends that are women, or if she's super insecure and overbearing with you. I mean, there's balance. Even if a woman has guy friends, I mean, realistically, there should be realistic boundaries. And if you don't feel comfortable with certain things, you guys discuss that type of thing. Maybe she's not allowed to have them over at the house. I mean, that would make total sense. Maybe they only go out with group activities like double dates and such. Stuff like that. But again, that's something that you should consider. I've seen some women where they have their exes still friends on social media and they don't allow their man to follow women in general. So that double standard is absolutely ridiculous. And sometimes women will use an excuse, oh, I just don't trust the other women. Okay, if you're with a trustworthy man, he's not gonna encourage those advances. And the reverse could be said true too, is if a man says, I don't trust other men to a woman like that, then she gets defensive and angry, like, oh, you don't trust me? So, I mean, again, that double standard shouldn't be there. If she says, I've done the work, okay? What work? Maybe find a way to ask her nicely what work she actually did. I want someone obsessed with me. And yeah, maybe you guys can be obsessed with each other for the first few months. Great. But what ends up happening is a lot of that effort that you put in the beginning is not maintainable long term. Like, yes, we all wish we could have that kind of honeymoon period permanently, but that's not how long-term relationships work. So if she does say that, that means she's obsessed with novelty and she's not willing to get the novelty outside of the relationship, which is a constant burden and drain on you. I just want consistency. This doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but sometimes when people say it out loud, it means they're not consistent themselves and they can't bring that into their own lives, so they need to outsource it to you instead of like making a conscious effort to be more consistent, like using self-discipline, having to-do lists, having notes, making themselves improve that part of themselves. They make you do it. And sometimes you can still have a good relationship with these types of people. You just know that they're limited in some ways. Oh, I don't ask for much. This is something that, again, doesn't need to be said. You just kind of gather it based on how she carries herself, her overall personality. I don't ask for much means she's going to gradually ask you for everything. Because it's easy to request that and be like, well, I don't ask for much. I expect this, this, and this. And then it's slowly, she's just taking all of your effort. I'm low maintenance. Again, something that doesn't usually need to be said. I mean, sometimes I guess she could say that and actually be low maintenance. But what I've noticed is sometimes the people that say that are actually the highest, most maintenance people on the planet. Or they're the extreme opposite where they're not willing to do anything. I've never been treated right. She stayed in relationships that were bad for her. She knew they were bad for her, but she still stayed. She stays where she's not respected instead of setting boundaries, and then she blames the other person. Fun. I don't like drama. Oh my gosh, this is the funniest one to me because the people that say they don't like drama are usually the ones causing all of it. Either they're non-confrontational and they don't fix issues, so, the other person that was harmed has to come forward and bring it up constantly, or they're the ones just causing problems everywhere and not owning it. And then they're like, "Oh, I don't want drama." Then why did you burn that person's house down the street? Like, you didn't have to do that. You chose to do that. And now you're wondering why they're upset? So a woman that says this probably doesn't take much accountability. Be very careful with women like this. I'm not like other women. Okay, is there something wrong with being a woman? If someone has to say this, usually they're just like every other woman. So again, it doesn't need to be said. I need a man that can understand women. I've noticed sometimes women will say this, but they're also the same women that don't let you be friends with women, won't let you hang out with your sister, won't let you hang out with your cousins. Okay, how are you supposed to understand women if you can't be around women? So again, and then also I've noticed some of these women will also be the same women that are posting videos online being like, "Oh, I don't want to have to train him. I don't want to have to teach him." How is he supposed to know how to treat women if he has nothing to work with here? Based on mind reading, I guess.